Hey, it's Skylar from Skylar Tyler. Today we're going to be learning how to solve perpendicular lines. We'll be finding an equation that is perpendicular to a line on a graph with an equation, and the formula of the equations we're going to be using is y equals mx plus b. We'll write that in the top corner. Y equals mx plus b. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already know what this means. M is slope, and b is the y-intercept. Y-intercept is where it intersects, where the line on a graph intersects the y-axis. And x and y could be for the 2 points of the line. So x is these right here. This is y, this is x. So this would be a coordinate on a y-axis, and this is coordinate on the x-axis. So m is slope. Alright. And the equation that I have, let's use y equals negative 3, what's a 3, x plus 8 with the points 18, 2. And we're trying to find an equation that is perpendicular to that. So what we need to do is when we're finding the slope, what we need to know is we need to know the slope and the y-intercept. Well, it kind of technically already gives us the slope. So what we need to do is take the slope right here, negative 3, and completely just kind of, what I like to think of it as completely everything, turning it into the opposite. So we're going to turn it completely opposite of itself. So it's going to be positive 1 over 3. Because if you were going to graph a slope, you would write it as 3 over 1. So what we'll do is we'll flip this and put the 1 on top and get rid of the negative, since it's going to be the complete opposite. And this is called the reciprocal. So now we have the slope of 1, 3, which is going to be the slope with 1 over 3, which is going to be the slope of the perpendicular line that we're trying to find. So now what we need to do is we need to plug in these 2 points. And so the y stands for the coordinate on the y-axis, and 2 is the y, so we'll plug in 2 right here. And then the x, we'll need to plug in 18, since that's the x. And then we get rid of this plus 8, and we would just bring in plus b, because b is the y-intercept. So now we're trying to find the y-intercept, because on perpendicular lines the y-intercept isn't going to be the same. So now we need to solve it. So first we need to do 1/3 times 18, which is going to be 6. We're going to bring down the rest of the equation, plus b equals 2. And then, now it's just a 2-step equation. We're trying to solve for b, which is our y-intercept. So what we'll do is we'll subtract 6 on each side, because if you do one thing to one side of the equation, you have to do it to the other. So 2 minus 6, which is negative 4. So negative 4 equals b. So now we have the things that we need to write our equation that is perpendicular to this equation, to y equals negative 3x plus 8. So now the slope of the new line that is perpendicular to that equation, y equals negative 3x plus 8, is going to be 1/3. And we're not going to use negative 3, because then they would have the same slope, which would mean that they were going to be parallel lines. We don't want parallel lines, we want perpendicular lines. So now we're going to use this slope that we found right here, 1/3. And we don't have to plug in the points this time when writing the equation, so we'll just write y equals, the format of y equals mx plus b, and we'll use our slope, which is 1/3 x, and then we use the y-intercept we found, which is, some people will write it as plus -4, but instead of doing that, you just write you write -4. So our new equation, which is perpendicular to this equation, y equals -3x plus 8, is the perpendicular equation, the perpendicular line. If you were to graph these, it would be this line right here is going to be perpendicular to this right here, and this equation is y equals 1/3 x minus 4. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you, and I hope you get an A on your test. If you have any questions or any other questions you want me to answer, or need any help with math or science, please write it in the comments or email me at skylartyler48@gmail.com. Thank you.